that bit of insight alone is really worth all this.
Oh, great.
I appreciate it, and thank you very much for the time you put into this.
No problem. Thank you so much.
It means a lot to me, and thank you for the opportunity to work with you this way.
Hey, it's David. I use tarot, astrology, and numerology to help people connect with their life path and find their true purpose. Today, we're talking with Kathleen from New Mexico and really discussing how she has an 11 for a life path. And if you're not ready to step into the 11, you kind of reduce yourself to 2, which is a people pleaser. If you want to explore your life path or your journey, check the links in the bio. The other energies I wanted to talk through is some of your numerology. Have you ever done any of your own numerology?
Not in depth.
Okay.
I know my main number comes down to a 2.
Yes and no. So your life path number is an 11, which would reduce to a 2.
Right.
And an 11 is a master number. So you have 3 master numbers that I highlighted that we can talk through.
Yeah, because I knew I've kind of not paid attention to 11 being special, but yeah, 11, it was 11 and it reduces to 2. I've known that, but I haven't really delved into what it means.
So I have 11s in mine as well, and the way I've sat with it for a long time, what ends up happening is an 11 is like this kind of teacher wisdom energy. If you are not ready to step into that full number, it reduces to a 2 and you're a people pleaser. So that's where you lose your power if you're not fully prepared to like wear the mantle of the master number and you become just a people pleaser and lose yourself.
Okay, we're done. I think you've summed it all up. No, I'm really interested in.
Yeah, so you're going to get this chart. Yours, yours is 80 pages. There's some, I call it like pop culture things. At the end, they'll have celebrities that match with your life paths, but the main big hitting ones are in the first several pages. So
yeah, I totally don't care what I have in common with celebrities.
Yeah. if Celine Dion may have the same life path as you, but it looks good on online.
I don't like how much of myself I keep hidden to protect myself. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to be able to share what I see are gifts without being really vulnerable. And I'm not sure how to do that.
Without being vulnerable?
Without taking on more than what is mine to take on.
Okay. Yes, because water energies will naturally feel or take on whatever. You're allowing some conflict or negativity into your sphere.
Yeah. And so it's like, how do you help people without being negatively impacted by what they're going through?
Yeah.
Like, how do you empathize without it draining you?
That's worth spending some time on, and if there are specific crystals to help protect you, but it is some people even, I have a friend who's a tarot reader, they would adopt different names when they're doing counseling, like spiritual counseling. So it's almost like a persona that they can then put aside and kind of leave that as the separation. So hopefully it doesn't carry over with them.
That is really interesting. I like that idea.
That's also, I think it's worth spending some time on that. It's like, how do you purify your mind? Even, celebrities like singers like Beyonce, she would say she's not that confident on stage. So she has a nickname for herself, Sasha Fierce, when she becomes, her stage personality. And she's like, that's not really me. That's who I'm playing on stage right now. And that creates a separation versus her own, anxiety between being a megastar.
Yeah, so instead of looking at it as a mask that you put on to hide behind, it's a role that you step into and embrace.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In another lens of it, I had a friend who said, and he has a child with autism, and he says, especially, advocating for them through schooling and stuff like that. He says, I feel like I have to get up every day and put on my Superman suit, just be a superhero. He's like, I might not have this kind of strength for myself alone to be able to do this, but for my son, I will definitely put on my Superman suit and be the advocate that he needs to help him where he needs to go.
Yeah. So it's not a mask you put on to hide behind because you're insecure. It's a role that you step into. I like that insight a lot.
Yeah, and I
Thank
think
you.
that could be the difference between being able to step into your master numbers and use their power, kind of without losing yourself or, having to, as I say, adopt all that energy that you want. Then when you come back to your normal self, you're being the feeling it too much or having it linger with
Yeah.
you or affect you too much.
That that bit of insight alone is really worth all this. I
Oh,
mean,
great.
I mean, everything you said has been like affirming or yeah, I know that's something I struggle with or need to work on. It has all resonated, and a lot of it has been very affirming, that to hear things that I know about myself, but that way of approaching something I struggle with, I think will be really helpful for
Yeah.
me. So thank you.
Yeah.
Again, thank you. And I really hope this is successful for you, this
Thank
endeavor.
you. I hope so too. This is more what I feel called to do versus what I call fast food tarot, where a lot of them are just like, will we break up? Will we stay back together? Like
Oh
I get
yeah.
it's urgent, but there's a bigger picture that you could connect to if you're just willing to look beyond a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not so much about divination, it's about